Yo, things are getting lit in Kenya, and I'm not talking about a Beyonce concert. It's all because of this new bill, the finance bill, which is supposed to help the economy. But people are like, help who? The youth, especially Gen Z, are out in the streets making their voices heard loud and clear. They're saying, nah, fam, we ain't having it. They're protesting, chanting, and letting the government know that this bill ain't it. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline, you know? The government's like, we need more money. And the youth are like, from us? Seriously? It's a whole standoff, and trust me, it's getting intense. We're talking about a generation that's already facing a ton of challenges. Unemployment, crazy cost of living, and now this new bill is adding fuel to the fire. They're saying enough is enough, they're fighting for their future, and they're not backing down. This is about more than just taxes, people. It's about the government listening to its people, especially the young ones who are inheriting this mess. So buckle up, because things are about to get interesting. Alright, let's break down this finance bill, shall we? In a nutshell, it's all about the government trying to squeeze more money out of Kenyans. Imagine someone coming up to you every month and asking for a bigger chunk of your paycheck. That's basically what's happening here. First up, they're increasing VAT, which is like a sneaky tax on everything you buy. So, your bread, your milk, your data bundles, everything just got pricier. Thanks, government. Then there's this new digital service tax, which means you'll be paying more to use your phone and the internet. Like, haven't we suffered enough with data bundles already? And the cherry on top? A housing levy? Yes, you heard that right. The government wants you to pay a tax to help build affordable housing. Now, I'm all for affordable housing, but taking more money from people who can barely afford rent? Come on, man, it's like robbing Peter to... Well, you get the idea. This bill is basically a recipe for disaster, especially for young people who are already struggling to make ends meet. It's no wonder they're out in the streets letting the government know that this is not okay. So, why is Gen Z particularly fired up about this bill? Well, let's just say they're getting hit the hardest. Imagine being fresh out of school, trying to hustle and make something of yourself, and then bam! The government throws this curveball at you. Firstly, young people are the ones who rely heavily on the internet and mobile money. So this digital service tax, it's hitting them right where it hurts, their wallets. It's like taxing oxygen at this point. Secondly, starting a business in Kenya is already hard enough, but with these new taxes, it's like trying to climb Mount Everest with a backpack full of rocks. VAT on everything, higher business costs, it's enough to make any aspiring entrepreneur say, forget it. And let's not forget about the housing levy. Many young people are already struggling to afford rent, and now they're being asked to pay for houses they may never even live in. It's like adding insult to injury. This bill is basically a giant middle finger to the youth of Kenya. It's like the government is saying, we don't care about your dreams, your aspirations, or your future. No wonder they're angry. Don't just take my word for it, though. Let's hear what the people on the ground are saying. I talked to some young Kenyans, and let me tell you, they're not holding back.
This bill is a joke. I'm already drowning in student loans and now they want to take even more of my measly salary? How am I supposed to survive?
And it's not just about survival, it's about the future.
We're the future of this country, but the government is making it impossible for us to thrive. How are we supposed to start businesses, create jobs, and build a better Kenya when we can barely afford basic necessities?
Experts are also weighing in on the situation.
This bill is a regressive tax that disproportionately affects the poor and the young. It's a short-sighted solution that will only exacerbate inequality and stifle economic growth.
The message is clear. The youth of Kenya are fed up and they're demanding to be heard. They're fighting for their right to a decent future, and they're not backing down without a fight. Now, the government isn't just twiddling their thumbs while all this is going down. They're saying, hey, chill out, guys, it's all for your own good. They're claiming that this new finance bill is the only way to raise revenue and boost the economy. They're promising that the extra money will go towards development projects, creating jobs, and improving public services. It's like a magic trick, they say. More taxes magically equals a better life for everyone. But here's the thing. People aren't buying it. They've heard these promises before, and they know how the story usually ends. It's like that friend who keeps borrowing money but never pays you back. The trust is gone, baby, gone. People are tired of empty promises and want to see real action. They want the government to be more accountable, to tackle corruption, and to find more sustainable ways to fund development. In short, they want solutions that don't involve squeezing the life out of the average Kenyan. Look, I'm no politician, I'm just a comedian who likes to keep it real. But what's happening in Kenya right now is bigger than just a finance bill. It's about the future of a nation. The youth are the future. Cliché, but true. They're the ones who will inherit this country, with all its problems and potential. And right now they're sending a clear message. They're not happy, they're not going to be ignored, and they're ready to fight for the future they deserve. This is a wake-up call for the government, not just in Kenya but everywhere. It's time to start listening to the youth, to their concerns, their ideas, and their dreams. Because if you ignore them, you do so at your own peril. So Kenya, the world is watching, the youth have spoken, now it's time to listen.